Hello, my name is Adam Kidd, and I'm an online student with the University of Arizona. I currently live here in the Colorado Springs while I finish up my nutrition degree. I have been working with Kate Smith this semester to bring you a prenatal nutrition lesson. I have used information from Kate Smith, the book Beautiful Babies by Kristen McAlis, and many scholarly articles online to build this presentation. Today, we will be talking about how to eat for your baby. I will walk us through navigating foods before, during, and after pregnancy to increase fertility, maintain a healthy and fulfilling pregnancy, and decrease complications after pregnancy. After this presentation, please watch my recipe video on the most nutrient-packed, on-the-go, delicious breakfast idea specifically tailored for pregnant women. To start off, I have some objectives or goals that I want you listeners to achieve. First, I want all listeners to be able to find one food high in omega-3s that they could include in their diet to improve fertility. Next, I want you all to discover a nutrient-dense food that you could include in your diet while pregnant and understand the power behind that food. Last, I want you all to understand how snacking can help with pregnancy and find some snack ideas to use for yourself. So to start off, let's get an overview of pregnancy nutrition. I think the most common pregnancy misconception is the impression that pregnant women are eating for two. I don't inherently dislike this saying, but I do think its meaning is often misinterpreted. While it is true that expecting moms do need some extra calories, it's not necessary for mothers to quote unquote eat for two. In fact, women don't actually need any extra calories in the first trimester. Calorie needs often increase by around 340 calories per day in the second trimester. In the third trimester, intake increases again by about 450 calories per day. These increased nutrient needs can generally be met through the addition of a few healthy snacks. So instead, we want to look at eating for two in terms of nutrients. There are many key nutrient needs that significantly increase during pregnancy and need to be met via diet, ideally, or supplementation. So now let's talk about weight changes. There are risks associated with gaining too much weight and losing weight while pregnant. Gaining too much weight during pregnancy can put mothers at risk for complications. If mothers are not gaining the recommended weight, but their baby is growing well, then it's not necessary to increase weight gain. However, pregnancy is absolutely not the time to start a crash diet or pursue weight loss. Instead, we can use pregnancy as a motivating factor to start incorporating healthy lifestyle practices and diet practices in your life without excluding any major food groups. So we can think about adding fruits and vegetables to every meal, eating smaller, more frequent meals, or reducing trans fat packed fast foods in our diet. Your body may gain more or less than what is on quote unquote recommended, but as long as you're eating enough to support your baby and it is growing well, then there's no need to worry. Libido and fertility. Here we will talk about some foods and practices to increase your sex drive and fertility to help increase chances of pregnancy. First, we have chili and ginger spices. These spices are considered to be energetically warming in traditional Asian medicine, which will aid in the flow of qi to circulate blood throughout your body, including blood circulation to your sexual reproductive organs. Next up, we have mollusks and shellfish. Shellfish like shrimp, mollusks like clams, oysters, things like that, are some of the most nutrient-dense foods under the sea. They are extremely rich in vitamin B12, vitamin D, zinc, and iron. These vitamins and minerals are common to be typically decreased in the general population, which can cause many dysregulations in overall health. In particular, when males are deficient in zinc, sperm quality is negatively affected and levels of testosterone decrease, which results and lowered sexual capacity and drive. Next up, we have nuts and watermelon. Nuts are very high in the amino acid called arginine, which is a precursor of nitric oxide in the body. So when you ingest nuts, the arginine turns into nitric oxide inside the body. Nitric oxide allows for our blood vessels to dilate or get larger, which increases blood flow throughout our body, especially to reproductive organs. Watermelon are a rich source of citrulline, which is an amino acid that can be made into arginine, which then gets converted into nitric oxide in the body, just like with the arginine from nuts, and also has the same effect on blood flow. Next, vegetables like spinach, broccoli, and asparagus are great sources of iron, zinc, B vitamins, and vitamin E. In particular, vitamin E is involved in stimulating the production of sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone, which then promotes an increase in sex drive for both men and women. Next, let's talk about one thing you should avoid when looking to increase fertility. Dr. George Cavaro of the Harvard School of Public Health in Boston found that the more trans fats a woman eats, the more likely she is to be infertile. Trans fats are found almost anywhere. Thinking of processed foods like fried foods such as donuts and baked goods like cakes, pie crust, biscuits, frozen pizzas, cookies, and nearly any fast food joints contain trans fats. In this study that they did at the Harvard School of Public Health, they found that for every 2% increase in the amount of calories a woman got from trans fats instead of carbohydrates, they found that her risk of infertility increased by 73%. For a woman eating 1,800 calories a day, 2% of energy intake in trans fats only equals 4 grams. There is roughly 5 grams of trans fats in just one donut. Even if you are not looking to get pregnant, it is still a good idea to avoid these foods. While you're watching here, go ahead and pause the video and take a look at these options of fertility and libido promoting foods and see which one you may be interested in. You may see some foods you already eat. See if you can incorporate something new into your diet this week. Alright, you are pregnant, now what? First thing is to relax. This is a very exciting time, and your body was made to do exactly this. If you are watching this, you also have a great support team here to help you through this exciting process. Next, make sure you are drinking enough water every day. The reason why pregnant women always have to pee is not only because they have an extra human pushing on their bladder, but also because your body is trying really hard to excrete toxins out of your body and away from the baby. 8 to 12 cups a day is the recommendation from the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. Next, embrace snacks. Snacking is a good way to give yourself some extra fuel and fit more nutrient-rich foods into your day. Optimal snacks include calcium-rich yogurt, fiber-rich fruits, nuts and seeds, and lean meats. As your baby gets bigger in the second and third trimesters, snacks can be a helpful way to ease some of the digestive discomforts that may arise from larger meals like heartburn. As for morning sickness, author of Beautiful Babies, Crystal Michaelis, offers some insight into managing this phenomenon. Research has shown that magnesium deficiency has a large role to play in morning sickness, along with low blood sugar levels in the morning. Her advice is to ideally load up on your magnesium stores prior to getting pregnant. It takes a while to accumulate magnesium stores, so starting to incorporate magnesium-rich foods as soon as possible is best. If you are already pregnant, it is still good to include foods like bone broth, leafy green vegetables, seeds, and nuts. The other part of this is maintaining level blood sugar levels throughout the night and morning. Low blood sugar levels will make nausea worse, so make sure to keep hard cheese, apples, bananas, nuts, or any other snack like that by your bed. As you get up through the night, snack on them. Right after you wake up, snack on them. See if you feel a difference. Maybe that'll help out with your morning sickness. While you're watching here, go ahead and pause the video and take a look at these options of snacks to incorporate during pregnancy and see which one you may be interested in. You may see some foods that you already eat, but see if you can incorporate something new into your diet this week. See if you like them. Maybe they'll help out with your morning sickness. They will help out with your overall pregnancy. Here I have a sample day of eating as a pregnant woman. This is actually what my mother ate almost every day while she was pregnant with me. As you can see, she tried to eat small meals every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. She made sure to incorporate protein into every meal as well as some sort of fruit or vegetable. She said that this regimen helped her fight morning sickness, and then eating smaller meals more frequently throughout the day helped keep blood sugar levels stable and reduce that nauseating feeling in the morning. They were foods she enjoyed and often craved throughout pregnancy. Portions can be larger or smaller depending on where you are in your pregnancy. Closing thoughts. We want to remember that we don't need a giant leap in caloric intake when we get pregnant. Yes, you will start eating more and more throughout the course of your pregnancy, but we mainly want to focus on that increased vitamin and mineral intake in order to help our body properly manage weight. Libido and fertility is how we get pregnant in the first place. Looking for these nutrient-dense foods like shellfish, mollusks, nuts, vegetables, and watermelon to not only be able to get pregnant, but also want to get into the bedroom. We also want to increase our fertility and overall health by being conscious of our trans fats intake, as that has a dampening effect on our overall health. Once you get pregnant, remember to relax and know that your body is incredibly strong and built for this exact process. Grab a glass of water, get some snacks, and try to just focus on you. Lastly, find a schedule that works for you. Many people find that sticking to a schedule of not only daily activities but meal times and foods can make it easier to incorporate those health-promoting foods into your everyday life. Thank you all for listening to this presentation. I hope you learned a lot and I hope it was helpful. Please take a look at my recipe how-to video for an awesome breakfast idea specifically for all you pregnant women.